that table's on fire right now. Literally. I need to go grab a vat of water and or find an extinguisher like now, or I think these people are gonna die. So you can go have dinner with this ghost. Yep, you can go pay to have dinner with this ghost if you want. Sit by yourself and eat with the chair where apparently this ghost is eating. If there even are $90,000 houses anymore.
There are. They've just had house fires in them. So, is that Malört?
What do you think it is?
I think it's probably Malört.
It's probably Malört. Shout out to the times when you had $1 and we're like, I'm rich. Let's welcome everybody to another clink episode. Hey, what's going on? Coming back in, joining a couple of service animals like us.
Welcome back.
After a nice long shift. Yeah, dude. Oh, man, what a day, what a day. Calvin, how's the house hunt going? You're still looking for a house, aren't you?
I am looking for a house. It's crazy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You getting any closer to finding one?
I'm hoping. I'd love to find a house.
Yeah, you found a few, but you just don't have one yet?
Accurate.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the deal?
There's about 1.5 million people looking for houses right now. So
that's so many people looking for houses.
Yeah, there's definitely more than one.
You don't think about that, do you? You don't think about how many people are actually doing something at a given time.
Oh man, it's crazy.
1.5 million.
I was just coming up with that number.
Oh,
but
I thought you had stats on this. I was like, cue the beautiful mind.
Whoa, 1.5 million.
I was like, 1.5 million. Like, okay, well, Inver Grove Heights has 50,000 people that live in it. And that means 50,000 times how many people are in the city? I was like, that'd be crazy, dude. Just like imagine you either like bidding a house off or whatever, auctioning a house.
And just
you'd open up, it's like just like 500,000 people like, honey.
Like somebody's up on stage and there's just 1 million people out in the street.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be like a rock concert, yeah.
Yeah.
But someone's trying to like have a little number.
Yeah.
Number 1052.
Yeah.
We accept your bid for 50 mil.
Dude, that's what it feels like, honestly. I feel like all the houses are just going way overpriced right now. But
overpriced and probably not exactly what you're looking for. But I mean, check enough boxes, I'm sure, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been a couple that we've went to look at and they were like trying to get 260,000 for it. And honestly, we looked at it and we're like, this house needs to be bulldozed. Like this is awful. Black mold everywhere.
Oh, did they not do an inspection?
I have no idea what was going on. They were just asking way too much. Like all the floors are bowing and
they wanted 260 for it?
Yeah. It was insane.
That seems like a lot for a house.
It was definitely way too much.
You're not going to get a house for much cheaper than that, though, are you? 260.
Not right now.
That seems like, well, I mean, like for a kind of house that you'd like want to like get, I feel like, yeah, 260. That seems like the number of a house that I'd like want to start at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want like a $90,000 house.
Right. Yeah.
If there even are $90,000 houses anymore.
There are. They've just had house fires in them. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
It just smell like mad smoke.
Well, we never looked at them. We just saw pictures and we're like, yeah, that's way too much to deal with.
That's crazy.
You got to start from the ground up again. And
I guess it's a good thing. Maybe it's you can take your time. I mean, you're looking for one, but the right one will end up falling into your hands. You know what I mean? It's just, it has to at some point. There's no way.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of what everybody's been saying.
And you have to eventually find it.
Yeah.
There's no way, dude.
And I feel like that's everybody's experience too. Is like everybody who goes and buys a house, they're like, "Oh yeah, this is the house that was meant for me." You know, like I can see why I didn't get those other ones. You know?
Yeah, that's nice, dude. I was just walking around my whole hometown this weekend, dude. White bear like.
Ooh, the old white bear.
Yeah, good old white. But yeah, you know, like back in the day, I'm like, white bear, like stupid. I don't live in the cities because cities is cool. The cities were cool. Twin Cities were popping. Now they're kind of they'll bounce back. But I was walking around the lake though, and I was like looking at these houses on the lake, man. I was like, man, that'd be kind of nice to live on a lake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Birds chirping, and there was like bugs. I guess I just haven't heard those noises in a really long time. Now that because when you live in the cities, you just don't hear the call of birds or like waves crashing, dude. I'm like, what
noises are these?
Yeah. It's very relaxing, dude. It's very soothing.
That's good.
Yeah, it feels good.
I feel like every now and then people need to get back out and do that, you know?
Yeah, PSA, go out and walk around the lake.
Yeah. We get caught up in our lives serving people all day. It's like, you got to get outside sometimes.
Yeah, that's a problem I've had working in the industry is that because you work later at night. Generally speaking, you work later at night, then you stay out later, then you sleep in later, then you're not going outside, then you're going to work, then it gets dark, then you're inside and there's no windows and you kind of just turn into a vampire, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm working on, getting outside more, especially before I go to work, even though it is a monthly patio season.
Yeah.
I bet everyone out there knows if anyone in the industry works at a place with a patio, they understand what patio season means.
Yeah.
It is its own special thing, I feel like, and I don't know why. I don't know why a patio brings so much chaos to.
I have a very love-hate relationship with patios for sure.
Being outside's nice.
I love that.
Yeah, being outside's nice. Being outside, depending on where you're at, there's dogs. I like having dogs around. Dogs
bring your dogs.
Some places still allow smoking. We do.
I'm okay with it.
I don't. America, go Schmerica. Smoke anywhere you want. But if someone's like, hey, I don't want this smoke, then I wouldn't have to be like, would you mind not smoking?
Yeah. Or just go out back.
Or just go up back or something.
Yeah.
But I'm all about it, dude. Being an ex-smoker, like, from way back in the day. But even towards the end of it, people would be like, you can't, no, why are you smoking outside? I'm like, what do you mean, why am I? I'm just America. I can smoke wherever the hell I want to smoke. I want to smoke there. I'll smoke here. I can't smoke in a building or in an airport or on a plane. I know that.
This is America.
But yeah, dude, if I want to go, I don't know, anywhere, I would be like just at a park and people are like, you can't be smoking a cigarette in this park. I'm like, who are you, dude? Boop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just boop them.
Oh, Bob, dude. Boop. Beep. God, what was I going to say? I totally forgot.
Patio
100% forgot. Patio stuff? Well, man, no. Boo, patio. But being outside, good. Dogs are cool. Smoking, whatever. There's something about someone who like comes on a patio though, but then is like, why is there weather out here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I want to sit outside. There's too much sun out here.
Bees.
Yeah. There's bees.
I don't know if we talked about this.
I felt a raindrop.
It blows my mind, dude. So I'm waiting for that to happen. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So hot out here. Oh my God.
My favorite thing is just being like, I have a place where it's not hot, and whatever they're complaining about, I have a place where there's nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's inside.
Exactly.
Like it's literally right next to us.
Yeah, and you don't want to brave the elements? I can help you. I can help you. Yeah. No elements. Well, we do need to get something of an element fixed where the AC is not working, man. There's nothing worse than working in a sweaty restaurant, dude. Oh. All the customers are like, they have like a heat stroke, dude.
They are working on that right now.
It's terrible. So, you got to open the door and get a little breeze if you can.
Yeah. I think pretty much as the patio starts opening, the people are going to be working on that. So that side room might be closed.
Well, that's all right. But we have a condensation issue too, where it's like, man, that AC unit's like Michael Jordan in Game 6, dude. It's just tripping, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
remember,
condensation falling off that thing.
Do you remember
excuse me, he's leaking on my head.
There was that sink that exploded, like the faucet like came off from the wall and there was just a geyser of water shooting out into the kitchen. Do you remember that?
Geyser of water, dude. That was
a while ago, but
that was not just any water.
Oh yeah, it was like
that was poo-poo water.
No, not that one. The other
one. You're not talking about that one?
No. This was the sink in the kitchen over by the other ice station over kind of by Garmo.
In the new spot? What was happening?
The whole bottom of the sink like came detached from the wall.
Oh my God.
And so it was just a geyser of water and people are just like holding garbage cans underneath it trying to, they're like, all right, next.
Someone wasn't like, full. Shut the water off real quick?
No, they were doing that. Like somebody was trying to figure out where the water... the water line was. Yeah.
You're like saying,
where other people are trying to catch all the water.
Yeah, you're like in an action movie now.
Yeah.
You got to go down with a flashlight and you're looking at all the pipes. The pipe, all the way.
Follow it. Yeah. Where is it?
Turn
this one.
And that's the crank. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Got the blue wire.
I remember.
Wait, no, the red one.
It's like, it is like very much like bombs and explode, dude. But old buildings, it's almost impossible to find those things, like especially when you're like in a jam like that. Yeah. That'd be stressful. But yeah, dude.
I mean, I feel like other restaurants, we can't be the only restaurant that's like this, right? I mean, other people should definitely call in with other stories from their restaurants.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got this phone number that we've just neglected to mention for probably the past few episodes. But this is the whole point of that this is the whole point we're doing this anyways, because we do want to hear from everybody. We want to hear about your crazy stories. We want to hear about anything that has happened to you while you've been working in a restaurant or in the service industry in general. The phone number, if you want to call and leave a nice little message for us, is going to be 413-264-6259. So that's 413-264-6259. 413 animals with a Z. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, please call in, leave us a little message with your stories, and then we'll talk about them. Me and Calvin will have some laughs.
Like, I remember something like that.
Yeah, maybe you might jog our memory. Maybe we'll remember some more stuff from her.
No, but I mean, I feel like we can't be the only ones that has a restaurant like that. So there's definitely
our restaurant
stories,
is, well, did you know that someone died in it?
In that space? Well, I was there.
No.
Okay.
No, it was, I think it was when it was not a restaurant. It was before that, but there was a fire. So I was outside just kind of on the sidewalk and I saw this sign and it was like memorial for Fire Chief Dave Sullivan, 18, whatever. And I'm like, what? So I Googled it. The police or the fire chief at the time, it'd be like if Teddy Roosevelt just showed up for a, random a 911 call or whatever. He's like, screw it. It's a bad fire. He's like, I got to go down with you guys and show you how it's done.
Yeah.
He went down there and I think he died of a smoke inhalation or something.
Oh,
I don't know what it was, but out of all the people that were there, he was the only one that died. And I'm pretty sure he's just cursed that joint.
He's like, like, This was supposed to be an easy call.
Yeah, I was not going to go out. It's not supposed to go out here, and all y'all are going to pay for it, dude.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, I mean, to be fair, all the restaurants that have been in that location prior to us have not lasted more than a year each.
I know.
They've just switch.
Cursed locations are no good, dude. Have you ever been to New Orleans?
I've not personally, no.
Man, coffee.
Have you?
Gets you going. Yes, I have, which was I was going to bring up the story about cursed locations because you just mentioned something about, or I maybe just mentioned something about cursed locations. But I went on this tour in New Orleans, and they were just going around talking about all this crazy stuff that's happened. New Orleans has some crazy stories, but I won't get too far off track. Anyways, there had this one story about this place that was, well, first off, how New Orleans was where a bunch of really rich people kind of popped over for the first time.
Yeah.
Came over. So there's a lot of wealth there. There's a lot of people. Gambling was a big deal down there. And so this guy was a degenerate gambler, had this huge spot, had this idea, had a bar or restaurant, opened that, right? But then he started to get too addicted to all of his gambling. And he started to push it a little bit too far, man. All right. So one night he was at a game. Apparently, he wagered his restaurant, his house as betting.
Oh no!
And you know what happens. So he lost. Okay. He goes home. Apparently, his kids were there. Kiss him. My wife's there. He kiss him. Goes upstairs like normal. He ends up offing himself.
Oh man!
I know. Well, kind of gave everything away. Anyways, so the whole bit is that restaurant still keeps going, but then days or a week or whatever after he passes away, stuff starts going down in that restaurant. Things start breaking. This starts going like this, boom, boom, boom. No one can figure it out. Restaurant closes because of all the damage. Now that was, I think, honestly 100 years ago. Maybe not the 1800s, 1900s. But since then, it had changed restaurants a few times. Guess what keeps happening?
Nothing works.
Things are
breaking.
Chairs are flipped upside down. All the glass is broken. You know what I mean? So one day, someone's like, they sent a medium in there. And they had a seance. And she talked to the guy, David Sullivan, or whatever his name was, that passed away there. And he was all like, I'm just pissed because people are throwing all these parties and having a good time and getting drunk in my house, in my restaurant, and no one ever invited me. No one's ever given me an invitation to the party. So at this restaurant, which is probably still there, they set out a table for two every day. So I don't know when they started doing this, but I'm telling you, it's the 8th or 10th iteration of it being a restaurant, or maybe even more. Set the table for two, pour water, set out a menu and everything, and then I guess since then, nothing's happened.
No
since they
way.
started inviting this ghost to dinner. Yeah, so you can go have dinner with this ghost. Yep, you can go pay to have dinner with this ghost if you want. Sit by yourself and eat with the chair where apparently this ghost is eating. Right.
Yeah.
But they honestly pay people to come in on every day. It has to be reset. The entire thing has to be reset, flipped. He has to be invited. They have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'll still mess everything up.
Put a little name tag down for him.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I butchered that story, but it's crazy. It's just crazy that you gotta respect respect the restaurant and everything that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude.
I wonder if that's why the firefighter guy in our place. I wonder if that's why like none of our torches work.
Cursed everyone.
Yeah, he's like, no, this thing burnt down and killed me. You know, like
much, yeah.
torches. And none of the like lighters or the smokers are always having problems.
Well, everything's just
I mean, wasn't it like a school prior to being a restaurant or something? It's a weird space. Like
it was a school, pharmacy. Then someone spent
pharmacy.
a grip of money to turn it into a restaurant. And that, I don't think that panned out very well for him. Because like I said, the space is just really it's really not meant for it. The electricity is junk and the plumbing is unfortunately incredibly old. And
there's a lot of work.
It's a lot. There's a lot going on there that I'm just like, yeah, this is going to be, it's going to be intense in the future. I think at some point, it's poised for a extinction event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Extinction level event
at
the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I feel like I've been there some of those nights where everything is going wrong and it's just one thing after another. And then the guests are all unhappy and it's just like all the energy's off. And
yeah, that happens. You know, especially when food's starting to take a little long, drinks are starting to take a little long. I'm not communicating the best I can probably somehow in there. And people are incredibly, I feel like.
And you got to dump it all.
Yeah. That sucks, dude. Please never, if you ever catch anyone using their glass and they're just going into the ice well and not using an ice scoop, just boop them on the head, dude. Give them a little bop. Cleaning out an ice well, draining all of your ice and refilling again is one of the most annoying things of all time. So annoying. You got to burn your ice. You got to fill water pitchers with hot water. So you got to drain those. Water melts and then you got to watch the water literally go down the drain and then you got to refill it with ice again. That's just stupid.
I feel like there's phrases like burning the ice that a lot of people who aren't in the restaurant might not fully understand, you know?
Yeah.
Like burning the ice is literally just putting hot water down on the ice so that it all melts.
Exactly.
And like cleaning it out.
In case something had happened, like, well, you know, you got to do it every night. You're supposed to, but, you know, by the end of the night, most of the time, the ice just kind of runs out. If it doesn't run out, you want to burn the ice so that you can kind of check the bottom of the ice thing and make sure there's no junk in there. But yeah, if glass even breaks close to it, you know, if glass breaks on top and then there's the ice well here and then the cover's open or whatever, you're screwed. You got to redo that whole thing.
Have fun for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, at least 15 minutes, dude. It all depends on how fast your water is draining, dude.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't overflow that ice well too quick.
It just don't drain very well. It doesn't. What was I just going to tell you? I was just going to say something to you. Keep talking about what
was it about the ice well or was it about like there's server phrases though too, like 86ing items.
Why do they choose that number?
I have no idea why 86.
Let's Google that. Calvin, what does that mean?
Well, if somebody
Calvin.
If somebody in the restaurant industry 86 is something, it just means that they've run out of that product. So it could be like 86 the burger and it's 86 because they have no more burger patties or no more buns or something like that. It just means that something is missing to complete that dish or the entire dish itself is missing.
Basically, we don't get it. Where does 86 restaurant term come from? You got it. Yeah, the history books claim that the police would call Chumley's bar during Prohibition before making a raid until the bar turns to 86's customers, meaning they should exit out on 86 Bedford Street door.
Interesting.
Oh, so it's like a cool gangster term, dude.
Nice.
And the restaurants were just like, yeah, we're just going to take that.
Yeah, exit out 86th Street or...
That's tight, dude.
That's actually kind of cool.
Man,
but it just means for everybody to get out.
Hey, you guys,
so we're out.
Gonna be coming through and seeing if you got any booze there. I bet you we get to gaze out of there, maybe 86 them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, better 86 them.
Hey, thanks, Frank.
Yeah, people can be 86'd as well. Like
people. Oh, well, that's what I'm
from
saying.
The restaurant.
Yeah, 86 thing is a great word just for in general.
Yeah, because like
you're done, son.
It just means you're not allowed back. Like you're gone. You're
done. I think you're done is about or it's done, or you're done, or whatever. They're done. Done. You're done, son.
Done. That's all it means. Done.
Done. 86. That's a good term. Yeah,
No
I've
more.
always liked 86, dude. 86.
It
Burn
was
the
super
ice.
confusing when I first entered the service industry, though. I was like, why is
oven.
everybody keeps telling me how many burgers we have?
How many numbers can there be?
Why did you count 86 more? That's a weird
Well, yeah,
number to
86.
choose.
It does have a good roll off the tongue, though.
Yeah, it does. It's easy to say. Everybody knows what it means once they've learned it the first time. But
That's a good thing. It's like, ooh, nope, that's it, bud. You're going to get 45.
yeah.
Oh, like 45 is actually a good one, too.
44.
It's 86. Gotta be a clunky
you
number. What's a good clunky number?
Good clunky number.
Yeah.
92.
That sounds even good, dude. What about like
493,000.
You got me with 400. I'm like, yeah, that is kind of clunky. I don't know if I like 400, dude. Then he kept going.
400.
400. Speaking of 400, call us at 413-264-6259. Hey, leave us a little story.
413 Animals with a Z.
Clunky number, like 67.
67.
It's hard. 60 in general.
60. Yeah, just the
60.
86. It's just super
86.
smooth.
Yeah, it just flows. Just the 60s in general are not that's not a good. No.
Easy to roll off the tongue number.
Well, now I don't want to say it ever again.
Yeah.
I'm done with 60s.
Yeah, I don't believe in 60s.
When I turn 60, I'm just turning 50 again.
Yeah.
And again and again. Someone was talking about expected life expectancy and how it's like going down. But then I was listening to someone's like, well, in the future, everyone's going to have all these like exoskeletons and like android-esque body parts. And
Dude, that would be the life, honestly. Like if you could die just of literal old age, but have like still a young body, how cool would that be?
I wouldn't be mad at it. The only thing is the brain. They got to figure out how to preserve that, which I think they're honestly figuring out. So
I feel like part of that goes to actual mental stimulation as well, just like doing creative things sometimes and whatnot. But
you know what they say, Calvin? If you don't use it, you lose it, man.
You lose it.
Yeah, you lose it. But I just don't know. I've been contemplating that lately. I would like to live for as long as I can, but then if long as I can means like 300 years old,
it's a lot of years.
So that's just like
I don't think
it's hard to think about, dude.
Yeah, I don't know that we'd ever get that far. I mean, maybe not, but
people got wild theories out there right now, man. I think technology is going to advance pretty fast. And I think the one thing I don't think I'm going to get to see, which I'd probably feel like I've mentioned this before, is I'm not going to see jet cars, dude. When I was watching the Jetsons, I was like, that inevitably will happen.
Wasn't that supposed to take place in like 2021 or something, like the Jetsons?
And
TV show? I think it was supposed to be like the 2020s.
That was all those old shows by the year 2000.
Exactly, yeah.
We're all flying.
We're going to have
space.
these, yeah.
Which would be holograms and walkie-talkies.
They grossly overestimated that. They're like, no.
Hugely underestimated that, dude. But what do they know? I mean, technology was advancing at such a pace then. They're like, wow, we just had radio. Now we got this TV thing. This is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I bet we'll have flying cars in like 50 years.
I mean, that's a really good point, and it went from those big ass box TVs to like, TV in your pocket style.
Yeah, the crazy part about that though is now people are so used to the progression of technology that it took however many years between radio and TV, you know what I mean? Which I'm sure
50,
which is probably a decent chunk of time. And then it went from like TV to computer to smartphone to
touchscreen
to all that, well, whatever order, to cell phone to smartphone to iPads, and all that happened in probably half the time that those two first technologies switched, right?
Yeah.
And people are so used to things like switching so
now.
fast now that I still remember the biggest thing, dude, is like I remember when the flash drive came out, because floppy disks, which were just awesome. I loved a floppy disk, dude. You could I don't even know you stored on a floppy disk. A floppy disk was 56 kilobytes, dude, which is so unfathomably small. It blows my mind that anything was stored on it. So think about that, 56 kilobytes, right? You need 1,000 or whatever it's 1,024 or whatever, right, to make a megabyte or whatever.
Yeah.
So think about that, 56 to 1,000 to make a megabyte. Now they've got what on a flash drive? Terabytes?
Oh, yeah.
You can do a terabyte, which is megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte.
Yep.
The first flash drive at,
like a
at
million
Best
times
Buy,
more.
right, at Best Buy, it's a megabyte flash drive. And my dad's
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
This is insane. So much space.
People were selling, they were selling out of these
Oh,
things.
man.
At the megabyte, okay? It was like $300, dude.
Yeah.
And people were like,
I still
will
remember paying a
easily
good chunk
pay-
of change for a 4 gigabyte, and I'm not even that old, you know? I was like, I paid probably $60 for a 4 gigabyte flash drive.
Yeah, now you walk
And I was
around-
like, this is amazing. And now I'm like, it's garbage. I can't store anything on
yeah,
this.
you
know?
walk around the state fair, they're like, join our health partners clinic. Here's a 4 gigabyte flash
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
It's like, 4 gigabyte
Oh,
flash
man.
drive. I know it's
Got
like,
this for free.
that's what I'm saying, dude. So it sucks to pay for technology now. Now technology doesn't hype me up anymore because I know it's just a scam, dude.
Do you think it's going to hit a wall, though?
I already think it has hit a wall.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like there's going to be
There's still cords.
block. Yeah. Where we can't get past it. And
How? Why are there still
why are
cords?
there still so many cords?
Yeah, it's 2023. I can't believe the amount of cords there are still.
Where's Nikola Tesla when you need him? You know?
Can't we send this through the air? Isn't
Yeah.
there electricity in the air?
That's
I'm
his
not
whole
good
thing,
at
dude.
science or math or anything, but I just know there's electricity in the air. There's atoms. Send this microphone's atoms into that thing. And then it goes to that thing. Someone invent that, man. Come on, you're out there. Use your brains. I'll serve you the food. You make the atom.
Atom thing.
Atom network.
Adam's network.
Yeah, make the Atoms network. I think Elon Musk was trying to do that. I'm pretty sure I heard that
believe it.
His Tesla was trying to do that, where he was trying to charge the ions in the air, and so there'd just be like passive electricity. That'd be crazy, just like in the air.
Huh.
So you could just so your phone would just charge because there's just like in the air.
It's just walk into the room and it starts charging.
I think so.
That'd be
I think
so
that's
weird,
the idea, or like you'd have to harness it. Maybe you'd have to harness it like the sword and He-Man. You know.
Oh yeah.
I have the electricity. I don't know how that would really work, dude, because I feel like people would just get zapped. If it started to rain, people would be like, oh no, it's raining. Head for the song. You know, it'd
What
be like
happens if you
happening.
drag your socks on the carpet for a sec?
Oh man, you just explode.
Yeah.
Dang.
Starts a house fire
Yeah,
or what?
I didn't think about that. My mom told me as a kid that spontaneous combustion was real. If I watched too much TV, I would spontaneous combust.
I mean,
Don't think that's
apparently,
true.
According to physics, there's a very, very, very tiny probability of something like that.
No one has
happening,
ever.
but-
Do you think anyone's ever exploded?
No, I don't
into
think
flames?
anybody has ever actually done that. But there should be.
I can't rule it out. I can't rule it out.
Like it's a very minuscule.
But
like,
whatever. All the stories I've looked up were like, there was just a pile of ashes. Susie was here, then there was just a pile of
No, it's
ashes.
not,
So
yeah.
you tell me what happened to Susie.
I remember my physics teacher telling me about how he used just a textbook. He's like, there's molecules in this textbook. They're all bouncing around, right? Well, there is a probability that they could all align the same way at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and the textbook would go flying off the table.
What?
And I was like, I mean, there
That's
is
why
a
I hate
probability.
That's why I
and
don't
he's
like
like,
science.
it's never going to happen, but there is a probability, you know?
So then,
It's
so
just
then, there's,
so
so then
small
what's the probability?
probability.
So there isn't a probability.
No,
it's never going to happen.
It is such a small probability that it is almost
So
guaranteed
that's
that it
ghosts.
won't.
Then
Yeah.
science.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Science, dude.
I never liked that whole theoretical stuff with numbers and science. That's when I gave up with math. I was doing okay with math, you know, the addition, boom, subtraction, bam, multiplication, killed it. Division, they said, don't worry about that. You don't need to know that. So I don't know how to divide. Anyways, I don't know why my school didn't want to do division, but they were just like, trust me, don't need to learn division. Okay. They pushed multiplication tables like crazy. They're like,
better
it's
know how
all
to multiply."
timesing. It's all timesing. And I'm like, okay, God. You're scaring me, man. So anyways, I got out of math when they were like, well, today we're learning about the letter X. I'm like, well, yeah, that's English. Okay, there's A, B, C, D, E. You know, we know the X at the end there. And they're like, yes, the X, the Y, and the Z are going to be numbers times. I'm like, I can't. I'm losing. And then the next class was like, well, you thought X, Y, and Z was weird. Check out the letter I or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
This letter E is or whatever. I'm like,
Those are
dude.
both. Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the I? And they're like, stands for an imaginary number. I'm like, what do you like? I gotta make up a number? I thought I knew all the numbers. There's 1 to 9, and then it repeats, and they just keep going up from there, right? I don't even know how to make up like 11. Like, what do you mean, dude?
11.
I don't know, man. Imaginary what?
Imaginary number.
Friends?
I got you.
Yeah.
11.
I totally gave up. I'm like, you've lost me. Math made a lot of sense for a very long time. And then he started putting made up numbers into it. And and letters that mean numbers. Like, that makes any sense. So annoying. I just wanted to be good at anything, you know? Also, though, I did ask my mom one time, I was like, why do I have to know math? And she's like, well, you'll never have a calculator in your pocket, will you? And I literally did tell her, though, at the time, like, I will straight up walk around with a calculator.
Yeah.
If I don't have to go to math ever again,
I will walk around
I
with
will
a calculator
stay strapped with I'll get one of those little Leatherman side pouches. I'll take out the Leatherman, I'll put in the calculator, and I'll be ready to crunch numbers.
Anytime.
Yeah, dude. Some old lady's gonna be like, oh, if only I could times.
I got you.
70 by 3. Yeah, I'd be like, 210.
Flip it upside down.
Yeah.
It says boobs.
She's like, you want to see my boobs? No! 80s freeze frame. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Well, we're sitcom writers. Let's just write an 80s sitcom, dude.
Yeah. I feel like we could. You know?
I feel like 80s sitcoms were pretty good. 90s, I think, stole the show. I don't think you're going to beat 90s sitcoms, dude. Home Improved. Yeah. You got The Sign. You got The Frasier. You got the freaking Ray Ramons, dude. I think you even got, like, starting the King of the Queens are in there, dude. I think that might even been 90s. Shout out Kevin James. He's a funny guy. Gotta go watch Grown Ups 12 coming to theaters this summer. Speaking of summer, if anyone else is totally stoked for their patio season, call us at 413-264-6259 and tell us how excited you are for people to come sit on your patio. So I'm sure you're very excited. I'm telling you, though, I'm allergic to bees, dude. There are a lot of bees on that patio out there, dude. I'm not too excited about that.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
Huh? Did you say it's not going to be good?
It's not going to be good, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just killing it.
Honestly, though, I think they're only there for all the bar juices and stuff, so.
You're saying they're only there for the juice, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I know a spot. We can go down there just for the juice.
He's trying to get that juice.
Like, used to watch this old cartoon.
Stuff.
Oh, is that how the beast time?
Yeah.
Oh, this is good stuff.
That's exactly how they're eating the juice.
I'm getting the juice. Okay, yep. That sounds about right.
Yep.
Do it again. Just hearing it.
That's the juice, dude.
Your eyes are closed, though.
Yeah. Oh, like
close
ASMR. Yeah. No.
Can't even do it. It's too afraid. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's weird. It's freaky.
I know. I'm like, it's gonna be. I already know.
No. Yeah. It's not as trippy as DMT, but it's pretty trippy. Oh boy.
Is that Malört?
Well, what do you think it is?
I think it's probably Malört.
It's probably Malört. So one of the other day I was talking about Malört. I'm like, if you don't drink Malört right now, I'm gonna give you a little bop on the head.
Man, I made some people try Malört yesterday. They didn't like it.
What?
I know.
Did you go, what's wrong with you?
I was like, come on, you got to at least try it. And they were like, I've tried it before. And I was like,
everyone right now, not sponsored, but about to be. You know how we do. Carl Jepson's make the bombest stuff called Malört. Go out there and get yourself a nice little bottle of the barrel aged. Okay, that's going to make you taste. Your mouth's going to go, ooh. Your stomach's going to go, oh. But it's absolutely delicious. It's from Chicago. Trust me. Don't listen to what anyone says about it being disgusting. It's delicious.
Make your own opinions.
It tastes like the bottom of the barrel, of any barrel, all mixed together in one. It's Malört.
What are some of their slogans? Like,
tonight's the night you fight your dad.
Nice.
Yeah. You guys can hit me up. We can take all these. Just give me that nice number, a.k.a. a case of Malört. Yeah. And we'll just call it Stevesies. What is another one they've got, though? Oh, they're all ridiculous like that, though.
I know. I was like, I should look up some more, but
I'm trying to find some old. They have some really good old vintage like Malört posters that kind of look like the art's kind of like the old like Little Caesars Pizza Man guy.
Oh, nice.
like that kind of like light.
Oh, dude, that's sweet. Yeah.
I think a lot of like ads were kind of in that style. I'm like looking around at all the stuff I have on the wall.
We got some space right there for one of those if they end up sending them.
I've looked. No, I don't.
Maybe they got some somewhere.
They're from 1930, dude.
Probably not.
They were auctioned. I saw it on their old Twitter, on Malört's Twitter, that they were auctioning them off. But that was years ago. Yeah. By the time I had gotten to it, But they looked really cool. I'm trying to get some stuff to fill the space, obviously. We'll find something good, dude.
Yeah.
We'll have to find something. I'm wondering if we could hang a rug or like the carpet, like a cutout carpet. You know what I mean? Not a carpet. That's called a rug. What am I thinking?
Cutout carpet
blanket.
is a rug.
Oh my god, I'm
blanket, dude.
I
was like, I think I'm getting there, but
like a rug. They put it on the wall. What am I doing?
Oh, dude.
Who's gonna listen to this?
Blanket.
You were talking to like a drunken Shrek over here, dude. That's a really good movie, dude.
So good.
I've rewatched that quite a bit during COVID. Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Morning, I'm making waffles.
It's pretty funny. The second one's actually pretty good too.
You know what other movie I watched recently?
Yeah, what's up?
I watched Pitch Perfect.
I remember watching Pitch Perfect for whatever reason I did and being like, not terrible.
I was like, this is actually pretty good.
not could have been so much worse than this. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then they had to go and make like 4 of them or something. And
well, they didn't. They made 3 of them, no?
3? Okay.
Well, they made 3, and there's, I believe, everyone's gonna be like, this dude watches this shit. There's 3 movies and a spinoff show with what's his name? Adam. Well, the guy from Workaholics, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know is because I like the dude. I think he's funny. I like the other guy better though. The Blake, the guy with the crazy hair. He's funny.
I don't remember.
And others, they're all funny. Shout out to Workaholics. Yeah. You guys are all funny. Y'all guys are hilarious.
Here, buddy.
I like their dynamic. I like, they kind of have each their own little role, I guess. Anders was a bigger of like writer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Blake kind of had like, I think more like cinematic, maybe directorial kind of views, but also maybe kind of writing. And then Adam was just the crazy man. And they all lived together. They all lived together while they shot the first couple seasons of that show.
Really?
Yeah, dude. In the house that they shot the show in.
I was going to say, I bet that just makes like super easy dynamic then.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Because
that's why it worked.
Exactly what everybody's like,
That's why the show was so genius for the first couple of seasons. Because it's like these guys live together.
Yeah.
Their story seems so genuine. Yeah. It's because they probably lived all through all of those situations.
It was genuine.
Yeah. So, shout out to the Workaholics guys. That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I haven't seen them do much though lately. They had that one Game Over movie that was pretty great, and then that was it.
Yeah.
That I can think of. Well, now would be a great time if we had some freaking stories lined up. I wish we did do that. So again, give us a call. Scooby flash those numbers and play some sounds like yeah. This is me dancing while you're putting the numbers up.
Yeah.
Okay. Sick. The whole idea, though, is people that we do want to, we don't just need to be the only ones chit-chatting about ourselves. It'd be nice to hear what other people have to deal with on a daily basis, and go through. I was just thinking about this the other day. I don't know why this popped into my head, but during COVID, I had a crazy experience. I swear to God, every time I went to go get fast food during COVID, just like in general, no matter the time of day, no matter where it was.
I forgot COVID happened.
Dude, COVID was crazy.
Just kidding.
You do, though, forget about it.
It feels like a fever dream.
You do forget, right? You do forget about it. You're just like, it's like when you watch those movies when they go to Mars and they're like in those hibernation chambers. They wake up, they're like, they can't move their arms. They can't move their arms. They're like, it's like it was like that. We were waking up for like 2 years from that, and then you're like, now we're like,
oh, that was absolutely me when I got back to work.
Whoa, how many years was it?
How do I talk to people again?
3 years? Whoa, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, no, you forget a lot.
Yeah,
when you don't get to interact with people like I said before, I was like trying to get out earlier and be more of a human in that way, and then also like just go get out more and just like go to do things. You forget that you're like, oh yeah, there was like go out and like shoot pool or like there's concerts, and it's good. I mean, that's already been like a year and a half, 2 years now, but it's still to get back in that rhythm of like, oh, think about that. This is something we can go do. There aren't these weird, crazy restrictions anymore. Like kind of erasing everything you had learned over the course of those years.
Oh, for sure. Like now that everything's back and stuff too, like I feel like even after a shift or after working the whole week or whatever, I sometimes just am so drained socially. Like,
oh God, you're telling me about it.
I'm not just like physically tired. I'm just like, man, I've been talking to hundreds of people every day about the same food, like
that's one thing I think people don't. I think most people get it that like when you're busy and you're talking and you're going to talk to them as much as you can because you got like 10 other tables. You're going to go check these guys out. You know what I mean? I had a table the other day, dude. Just please, if you recognize that your server is busy, just let them go to another table and quit talking to them, please. This table would just not stop.
Oh man. And you have literally 9 other tables.
You do the, you're like, oh, is that it? You're going,
and you're like, taking okay, steps away and they're like, oh, something else. Yep. Something.
What else? Okay. I'll come in. And back in the hole. You're like, I literally, like, all of that table's on fire right now. Like, literally, I need to go grab a vat of water and or find an extinguisher, like, now, or I think these people are going to die.
And they're just telling you all their personal life story. And
die. Like, my grandmother died in 1962. You're like, God, no.
I really want to hear this, and I do, but I have so many other things I need to do for so many other people right now.
I think we were talking about, like, another episode, but, like, I love talking to tables and, like, actually chatting, and when that's the time and that makes sense, that's one of the best parts of the job. But talking to a table when you have no time to talk to anybody, not even like your chef when you have to ask them a very important question, or your bartender, like when you don't even have the time to ask the people that you actually need to get the job done questions, there's no way in hell I can listen to you about how you got a cheeseburger at the spot next door that's not here anymore 70 years ago and with your buddy named Ed. You know what I mean?
I remember coming in here.
Well, Ed always had onions on his. Like I don't know who Ed is. I don't know who Ed is.
I want to be this guy. I want to be able to hear your story, hear you out, but also I just can't.
Yeah.
Like that's why if I'm ever at work and I'm just behind my back, my hands are doing this, I'm like asking for somebody to come grab me.
Oh yeah, you know? Yeah, nice.
I'm like just sitting here, like, hey, come, somebody.
The amount of times I think about that. Sometimes I like start staring at the person. Like my head kind of starts to tilt, you know, a little bit, and then like some like songs like la, 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 and you're just kind of like thinking about like, boy, I wish someone would just like, you're like daydreaming about like someone like. Hey, someone had burnt food on the table that you're serving. You need to come deal with it right away. You're like, thank you. And you're just like skipping off to another table that really hates you. You're just like,
if I see somebody who's been like stuck at a table for a while too, I'll walk over there and I'll be like, hey, chef needs to ask you a question.
Oh my God.
You know, just be like, get him out of there.
Oh my God.
Give him a second, you know?
All their servers, take advice, take notes. Anyone that works out there, and if anyone's been talking to a table before,
just be like, hey, chef's looking for you. Even if he's not, you know, just be like, hey,
There's your team's got to have a bat signal though. You know what I mean? So whatever that is, you know, if you got to give them the okie dokie or the fucking the 1-2 stretch.
Well, and I feel like with my hands behind my back, nobody can see, you know, so I'm just sitting there wiggling my fingers, waiting for somebody to walk behind me.
That's very catcher of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Calm the shots. You
exactly.
Know what I mean? I'm always amazed that I'm like, they're not. The guy's, what's he doing down there? What's that guy actually understanding from that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like he's making his fingers breakdance down there.
Did you ever do tech deck? Because that was pretty skilled.
Yeah, bruh. Dude, tech deck, we used to have Ollie contests at lunch, and whoever won would have to go buy an icy.
Nice.
And then they cost like $1 or something. Yeah. Those were not cheap. Okay?
Gotta go.
Anything over $1, I remember, because I'm like, you're pushing it, bud.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You want me to spend more than $1? That's insane. That's insane. Shout out to the times when you had $1 and we're like, I'm rich. I miss those days.
Oh, dude.
The good old days.
Not anymore.
When cash was king, you had $1 in your hand and people were like, I will do anything for that $1. Dude, you could buy a Pokemon card pack for $1, dude. At one point. Those were the good days.
That's crazy. Have you looked at how much Pokemon cards cost now?
They're like, I just bought a pack the other day. They're like $5 a pack.
$5, okay. I was like, I feel like they're just ridiculous now.
Yeah,
I was gonna guess like 9.
I got I think 7 cards. So it's a little less than $1 a card. So still kind of expensive. Pretty expensive, because you were getting the same amount as a kid for like $1 something. So yeah. I mean, the price has gone up for them. I would assume that the collection rate is either equal to or maybe greater than it was ever in the 90s. Because in the 90s, it was a bunch of just like kids. I mean, I was one of the very few, and shout out to Toys R Us for hooking it up with the Pokemon Trading Card League. But I was one of the very few kids that I actually knew that, and me and my buddies would actually play the game. Like, we'd actually build decks.
I never knew
how to play the damage counters. It's not terribly complicated, but as a kid, it's like, I don't know, time for this. You know what I mean? You're like, can I just go play a video game? Yeah. This is stupid. You know what I mean? You're like, I just want to trade you the Charizard. I don't want to play the game. You know what I mean? Kids just didn't want to play it. So, but I did go to a Toys R Us every Saturday morning, win all the gym badges, because what they did was they'd have, I was just telling a story to someone the other day, they'd have a like 16-year-old kid as like the gym leader like every week, who would have some crazy deck that he'd spent probably tons of money at Schindler's. Shout out Schindler's, RIP. And he'd have a half a neck beard, you know what I mean? And you're looking at this dude like, is this guy 30 years old? Like, who is this? He looks like a real gym leader, you know what I mean, too. And you'd have to beat him every week. And if you beat him, they'd give you a badge. I don't know if you know Pokemon very well, but there's 8 badges in every Pokemon.
Yeah.
So each you had, I think they'd probably rotate badges in case you maybe missed a week or whatever.
Right.
But if you got all 8 badges, you could go and register to compete at the regional tournament.
No way.
I believe it was either at Roseville Mall, or could have been at Maplewood Mall, or it might have been at Mall of America. I don't know where it was, but you could compete. Yeah, anyone that had all the badges, no matter what, you could go, right? Boom. So I had to have been maybe 10, 9, maybe even. I don't even know. Super young. But I went there and I kind of had a little, little swag in my step. I'm like, this is okay. Got my badges. I had them all on my thing. Then I'm like looking around. I'm like, oh, well, everyone has the badges. Yeah. Duh.
Because you got to have them to be here. Yeah.
Right. So I got these badges, and I remember we got to all sit down. There's a ton of people, dude. There's hundreds of people. I sit down next to my opponent or whatever, and I look at him, and doesn't have just like a half neck beard. Dude's like beard, He's probably like in his 20s. He's just like, oh. I'm like, oh, hey. I'm like, I barely understand the concept of this game.
8, yeah.
He just smashed me immediately. And he's like, all right, good game. It was like a single elimination round because they had so many people.
Well, right, yeah. If you got 100 people or more.
Plus. Yeah. And they had to like get through it in a day. But yeah, that sucked. That's where I'm like, yeah, all right.
Dude, stuff like that though is kind of cool. Like having all the people get together, Comic-Con, stuff like that, concerts. Like I just love all that energy where everybody conglomerates to be there for the same reason.
Absolutely.
Sort of thing. I think that stuff's all so cool.
Well, that's why I started bringing up this story. I brought it up to a couple of folks that were coming from the The Gathering convention, like solely Magic cards. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Apparently there were pros playing there, and then you could go like buy stuff, and you could have like casual matches or whatever too. But it's crazy, dude. Yeah, stuff like that. I Magic cards people play. I think people also collect and sell.
Yeah.
Pokemon cards, I'm almost positive the majority are to sell, or like people are chasing something to collect or to sell. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's more of a collector's thing than like a play.
People obviously play it.
Yeah.
Because I just downloaded the dang stupid app the other day and started playing it because I bought those packs and they give you free packs on the game. So I was
nice.
Like,
all right, well, I guess I'll do it. Yeah, if I agree, say less.
I stink as bad as I did when I was 9 years old and lost. I should have never, ever played Pokemon cards. That's all Sever is telling me. I'm just bad at it.
Oh, man.
Just bad at Pokemon cards, dude. Straight up.
Dude, I love playing like board games and stuff though.
Board games are tight. You know what board game kind of does stink though?
Which one?
Candyland, dude.
Candyland?
And I know for all the parents out there, like, it's an equal opportunist game and everyone can play and everyone has the same chance and it's good, which is why I hate it. Because it's so boring. It's all you do, Calvin, is flip a card over. It has either 1, 2, or some face on it of colors, squares, right? 1, 2 color squares or a face. You either move said square to said square. I think either if it's 2, you can move 2 to the 2 of them. Or if it's like a guy, you like move to that space and then it's like, yep, okay. And you could just, sometimes you're just like, oh, got the peppermint guy who's like at the end.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I guess you got peppermint guy already. Dude, it's no enjoyment of the game at all.
We should play Candyland on the podcast.
We should play Candyland on the podcast. Just Patreon it, dude.
Yeah.
We'll make a short out of us playing Candyland.
I'm just upset that somebody got the peppermint guy.
Dude, I swear, I think it's peppermint guys at the very end. And I don't know if you can just jump to the end, but I feel like there was always like some guy that like if they got him, you're like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm still stuck at fudge guy. I remember fudge guy was like the first guy you got to get past.
I'm stuck in the fudge.
He's always like, he's like, it doesn't even look good. You're like, I don't want to. I wouldn't eat you if I had to, fudge man.
There's some good old school ones though too.
Yeah, dude. They don't make them like they used to, but you know what a good one was?
I'm What?
Don't break the ice.
Don't break the ice. Oh, that was a good one.
Oh,
Don't break the ice.
Yeah, don't break the ice. Don't break the ice. You had to set up this plastic little, almost like trampoline thing, but it's square. And then in the middle, you had all these ice bricks that were just layered in there. So they're all touching each side. And so friction is holding them up. Is that what's holding them up?
Yep.
And, you use a little hammer. You got this little tiny hammer. And you're going in there and you just got to knock out. It's kind of like almost like Jenga, but like upsy downsies and with these ice cubes. And you got to... I'm going to go tick, 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 knock out a little ice cube, and you got to make sure that nothing else falls around the ice cube. And there's a guy on the cube, too. What's up with the guy? I think the guy is...
I think if the guy falls...
it's over. Yeah, so you got to stick a guy on one of these pieces, and if he falls, it's game over. So you got to strategically knock pieces out so that when your homie's up next, all he's left with is knocking out the final blow. Boom, boom, boom. Homie hits the ground, you broke that ice. And that's the whole point of the game, is to not break the ice.
Break that ice.
Yeah, dude. Hot Potato was another one. I don't even remember the point of it. Just remember playing it.
Labyrinth was good. Have you ever played Labyrinth?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Peter Uncle Wiggly?
No, what?
And Peter Cottontail or something like that?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh
I thought that was just a like a children's book or something. Or a children's rhyme.
I think you're onto something. Uncle Wiggly game. Yeah, there's this game, Uncle Wiggly's. We used to play it at my grandma's house all the time, and I remember loving Uncle Wiggly. I think it's it's another one of those Candyland games. But oh yeah, there he is, Uncle Wiggly. See him?
Ah, there he is.
100 years of Uncle Wiggly, dude.
Oh my gosh.
All right, and you've never heard of this? That's disrespect. Put some
100
respect on
years old
Wiggly's
yet.
name, dude. Do you see how rich this dude is, man? He's out here wearing the Louis Vuitton. He's got that.
It's a swanky cotton.
He kind of looks like he's actually trying to get these guys to go to a circus or something like that. He looks like he's hawking tickets to the local circus. Come on, see what I've got to show.
That was the style back then, though.
What, the striped pant?
Oh yeah, that was stuff everybody
Corduroy
wore.
stripght pant and this dude
Just
wearing
kidding.
an
I have no
ascot.
idea. But
He's got a cane, linen striped pants. He's wearing like a tuxedo coat with a blue ascot and some sort of top hat, dude. That's pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. Uncle Wiggly does look like a baller for whatever time period he's trying to live in. Look at this. Here's the OG one.
Wiggly.
I don't want to like actually go to it, but whoa, look at that.
Wow.
That looks more like Uncle Wiggly, dude. This guy's depressed. He's going door to door getting people's taxes. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, I know you hate me.
It's a bit of a different outfit on that guy for sure.
He's got a red coat on, which means he's English.
No pants.
And everybody hates the English at this time, I should say. We all love the English now.
Now?
Yeah, Uncle Wiggly. Shout out to Uncle Wiggly. Go buy Uncle Wiggly in Candyland right now and play him and let me know what's better, because I guarantee you're going to say Uncle freaking Wiggly's.
You know what other game that like I find myself playing pretty often, actually? Yahtzee.
Yahtzee is one of the most classic games of all time.
Yeah, it's great. It's easy to learn.
It's easy to learn.
You know, all it takes is a few dice and a piece of paper.
That is true. And some people can do it without that pad. You ever meet those people?
Yeah.
It's intense.
I know those
Shout
people.
out to Van out there. Yeah. She and other people I've seen they just know. They know every... Yeah. I'm like, how? Because
it's 35 points for the bonus in the top half.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right about that. I thought it was like 50 points.
Yahtzee is 50 points.
That's what it is?
Yep.
3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, full house. You got to get all your
straight,
numbers.
Straight.
Small, straight, large, straight. But yeah, I think there's like specific, even crazier rules though, that you got to know that I can't keep track of all that.
Yeah.
It's intense.
It's fun. I like it.
Calvin, you know what else is intense?
What?
Camping.
Camping?
Took
me a sec.
I think that's how we'll fucking end the episode, on a great little dad joke like that, dude. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out with us for this last hour and some change. My boy Calvin here's got to go look at some more houses and get on the road and be a professional man here. But speaking of professions,
professionalism right here.
Everyone that works in the service industry should know about Malört at this point. And if you're a really cool person at the end of every shift, you have a little. So we're pouring it out for anyone out there that just got done or anyone about to get going. Cheers to everyone in the industry. And cheers to everyone out there just keeping it swanky.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Have a great rest of your week, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Keep it swanky, you service animals.